the Lord who made the heaven and the earth. Hallelujah. Oh, Yami menye mepa.
Dreams and Destiny on GLRADIO with Dr. Samuel.
Akuma pressure Yami. Oh, inyimda memer baba. Yami menye mere papa. Oh, menye me obiado. Jaso nyamilara inyimda repa baba nti enya sora no pai etumekaka mehui etre mada bojuma mojariti apusani aseme karade Dani Razayo Zidao Akare Zidao Onyami Woma Pabebo Zidao.
Thank God for another day, another time on the Radio GL. And I say God bless you so much for joining this program, Dreams and Destiny.
Zidao Onyami Woma
The voice on your radio at the moment is Dr. Samuel OSEI. I'm coming your way with the program Dreams and Destiny. I believe by the grace of the living God, you are going to enjoy the program. Don't go anywhere. We are listening to a song from Uncle Ato. He says, Dizel, rejoice. Mawakuma and Precious Eradi.
Sana bitaba oh Tradenshirano sayo Obibinyi bi ayama ereza Onso ya obeyeye ate nti enya sora no pai Itumekaka wuwi Tetramada bojuma Jaridi Apostani Yensi and Karade Ene yan Kwajida Zida Akare Zida Sonyami Woma Repabebo Zida Ema Wurire Wuha Yami Bema Esi Wuye
GLRADIO with Dr. Samuel.
I don't know how you feel. I don't know what you're going through. But always remember that once there is life, there is hope. So, Didel, Mawakuma, Precious Eradi. Ladies and gentlemen, precious listeners, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. According to your location, once again, thanks for accepting me to your space, your offices, your homes, wherever you are. God bless you so much. Pick up a phone, call a friend to join the program Dreams and Destiny. With the greatest of respect, let us hear from my proud sponsors. I'll be back shortly.
The Institute of Theological Studies offers Bible, theological and religious teachings through seminars and conferences. Anyone who wishes to dig deep into the Bible and theology should go to instable.com, instible.com, for more information about the Institute of Theological Studies. Our passion at the Institute of Theological Studies is to deliver people from ignorance. Dr. Sam's Good News Hub is a name synonymous with crusade against ignorance. Dr. Sam's Good News Hub is driven by the belief that it is suicidal to serve God with zeal without knowledge. Dr. Sam's Good News Hub, through writing of articles, traditional books, and ebooks, educates people about general life issues and the Christian faith. You can download free ebooks from www.instable.com. You can get latex ebooks, The True Biblical History of Africans, and The Perspective of Marriage, Polygamy, Divorce, and Parenting.
GLRADIO, Dreams and Destiny on GLRADIO with Dr. Samuel.
Every time is worship time.
Welcome back. A song from Kofi Owusu-Pepra. He says, "Matching Radi enemy."
Nania oni homeno, omana holding doso. Imranti impobro, na omo pa bada. And kwa shrishi. Sisan wana chi, nanto wana wache. Eradianim, onya holding foforo. Odin taban for a set. I know my Kodia. Oh, to Mirica. Na ompa aba. Onantia omre. Eradia mama yo. Na dibomu odishia. Wasemetreni ekatabo. Odini pasha maflumuma. Wamama kuma shabo. Shesa matamfu enyu. Intimira metiasi. Wunye nasi. 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 Nametana hey. Namatumi dafa. Wunye mase. Wunye maya kasi. Wunye maya wawa. Onipa baby to minti asi. Mita Zion butai. Midia min surodom. Prisenia atimimuno. Osusuninia obobiase. Intia radikami hui. Midia min surana jubumbo. And the Abama at two we akete. Yes, and the idea say I did. Every time I'm making a journey. Feed it for the song for the video. And if you did a boo, I feed in a jury. Now make your body move.
Dreams and Destiny on GLRADIO with Dr. Samuel.
You don't call me anywhere I did. Me could you funny Yehovah? On top call now. Inti asida bay. Impone be so any. Ejana me diamond to you bay. Na beye wasumude. Ejana me hoyino. Beba for yamawo. Akasi I me odia. Na me ewa didi bia ejan. Hey, se me yesi kansoa. Sikane jitanye na friwo. Inti masem yinenie. Eja wudina sidanka. Eja wudina sidanka. Odunfo wudina yeyenka. Kateche wudina ishiranka. Dasi bre wudina ntontomoka. Chantwa hini wudina.
Train Radi Enim from Kofi Owusu Pipra. Very soon I will be bringing you the live message for today, and so please prepare your head for the message for today. If you've not called a friend to call a friend, please do that. Pick up your phone, call a relative, call a friend. Let them be aware that we are on GL Radio with the program Dreams and Destiny.
Oh, you're cheating on me. Me dear, me bo, me boy, I'm dignity. Me man is so accurate. I'm saying that. Like I say, we are. If you say, oh, you're cheating on me. Oh, being so oh, you're cheating on me. Yeah, Jama Kuma Sula Sampa. Let me tell you, mommy, to it. So, one hour train, one know. When you ring, one sit down. Yeah, Jama Kuma Sula Sampa. Let me tell you, mommy, to it. So, one hour train, one know. When you ring, one sit down. Yeah, my boy.
GL Radio with Dr. Samuel. GL Radio.
Thanks so much once again for tuning in to GL Radio. The program is Dreams and Destiny, and I'm your host. My name is Dr. Samuel. It is time for me to bring you the life message for today. And as I always say, that the life message is not necessarily about religion or faith, but it is about life and living it. The knowledge that we need, the wisdom that we need, the insight that we need as human beings for us to make our lives count, for us to live a meaningful life. That is the main reason why we're bringing you this program, Dreams and Destiny, on GL Radio. And today I have entitled the message that I'm bringing to you, After Prayer, What's Next? After prayer, what is next? About 2 weeks ago, we began learning from the life of David, Bathsheba, Ahithophel, and Absalom. And I did say that David was behind the death of Uriah, the husband of Bathsheba. And David and his commander called Joab made the public believe or accepted falsehood. They made the public accepted falsehood without knowing what was behind the death of Uriah. And I say that because the truth has not been told. The truth has not been told in many instances, in many situations. People are in jail. People have died. Many people have lost their lives because the truth has not been told. Because the truth has not been told, we passed unnecessary judgment. We persecute people who rather need our sympathy. We criticize people anyhow because the truth has not been told. And we also learned that when Ahithophel betrayed his good friend David, it was for a reason. Nothing is done or was done without a reason. And so Ahithophel betrayed his good friend David, and gave his full support to Absalom, the son of David, rather than giving his support to the father David for a reason. And the reason was that David failed to solve a problem that persisted between them properly. And so we learned that when we fail to solve problems properly, it's turned out to be something ahead of us that later makes us suffer in life. In other words, when proper measures are not taken to solve problems that brings bitterness in the heart of people around us, the people in one way or the other take revenge. And so we need to solve problems properly before it is too late. Before it is too late. When you have problem with your parents, when you have problem with your husband, with your wife, with your friends, with your colleagues at workplace, do well to solve the problem properly. Take proper measures to solve the problem so that you will heal the bitterness in the hearts of those the problem has affected, so that you will be free from any revenge. And today we are continuing from the biblical narrative of David, Ahithophel, and Absalom, and I will introduce another individual today called Hushai. We are reading from 2 Samuel 15:30 to 37. 2 Samuel 15:30 to 37. I want us to look at something there and we learn one or two things. After prayer, what is next? After prayer, what is next? It reads, "But David continued up the Mount of Olives, weeping as he went up. His head was covered, and he was walking barefoot. And all the people with him covered their heads and went up weeping as they went." 31. Now someone told David Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. So David pleaded, "O Lord, please turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. O Lord, please turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness." 32. When David came to the summit where he used to worship God, Hushai the Archite was there to meet him with his robe torn and dust on his head. David said to him, "If you go on with me, you will be a burden to me." And this assertion from David, it is said that it may be due to three things that made David say what he said. If you go on with me, you will be a burden to me. It is either Hushai was old, or it is either because of his rank in the military, he needed special attention that David could not afford at the time, and so it was wise for him to say that. Or it is either David did not prepare sufficiently to support Hushai's family as well as his family. That is why he said, "If you go on with me, you will be a burden to me." Verse number 34. "But you can thwart the counsel of Ahithophel for me if you return to the city and say to Absalom." Let me take it again. Verse number 34. "But you can thwart the counsel of Ahithophel for me if you return to the city and say to Absalom, 'I will be your servant, my king. In the past I was your father's servant, but now I will be your servant.'" 35. Verse number 35. "Will not Zadok and Abiathar the priest be there with you? Report to them everything you hear from the king's palace." 36. "Indeed, their two sons, Ahimaaz, son of Zadok, and Jonathan, son of Abiathar, are there with you. Send them to me with everything you hear. So David's friend Hushai arrived in Jerusalem just as Absalom was entering the city. We saw from the verse number 31 that when David got to know that Ahithophel was among the conspirators of Absalom, David prayed that, Lord, please let the counsel of Ahithophel become foolishness. Lord, please turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. We saw last week that when Absalom tried to capture the throne from his father David, David needed to escape from Jerusalem because it was too dangerous for him to stay in Jerusalem when Absalom was eager to take the throne. And Ahithophel was one of the greatest counselors who were with David. But when Absalom took over from David and wanted to drive away David from the throne, or when Absalom wanted to take over from David his father, instead of Ahithophel to support David against Absalom, Ahithophel rather supported Absalom against his friend David. And as I said earlier on, that Ahithophel did that for a reason, and the reason was that Bathsheba was the granddaughter of Ahithophel, and David killed the husband of Bathsheba in order to take charge of Bathsheba and also to save himself from an impending disgrace. And this thing created bitterness in the hearts of Ahithophel, and he waited for the proper time to come to take revenge. And so when Absalom wanted to take the throne from David, Ahithophel saw it as the right time to revenge. And when David got to know that Ahithophel, the great counselor, the one who counsels, and his counsel was as if it was coming straight from the mouth of God, was with Absalom, David prayed to God that, God, let all the counsels of Ahithophel be foolishness in the ears of Absalom. When David prayed this prayer, it did not end there. David saw Hushai, one other friend who was also a counselor but not as great as Ahithophel. And Hushai wanted to go with David to wherever that David was escaping to. But David said, no, you are not going with me. I am going to employ you. I am going to make use of you. And this is what you are going to do. Go back to Jerusalem, to the palace. Go and tell Absalom that, Absalom, I have come to serve you. I am your faithful servant. In the past, I served your father David, and now I have come to serve you. I have come to throw my support behind you. I have come to back you to take the throne from David and be the next king of Israel. And this is something that Hushai did. He went back to Jerusalem and presented himself as a faithful servant who has come to serve Absalom. He faked himself, Hushai faked himself as a faithful servant. He disguised himself as a faithful servant. And this is something that Christianity does not encourage. My precious listeners, listen to me very well. It is something that Christianity does not encourage, because Christianity does not support falsehood. Christianity is against fraud. But here I want us to focus on the fact that David combined prayer with action. David combined prayer with works. He prayed to God that God turned the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. He did not end there. David went ahead and took action against the counsel of Ahithophel, and so he employed Hushai. He made use of Hushai, and Hushai became a tool against the wise counsel of Ahithophel. He combined prayer with works. That is what I want us to focus on. That is where the emphasis is today. I'm not emphasizing on the fact that Hushai faked himself. He disguised himself. He presented falsehood for Absalom to believe. No, that is not what I'm emphasizing on. The emphasis is on David combining prayer with works. A prayer with action is what we need. David acts of combining prayer with action or with works is something that can be said to be a strategic thinking. And one of the greatest strengths of David was strategic thinking. It was a strategy that David put up against the counsel of Ahithophel. Also, when you read 1 Samuel 21:10-13, you will see that David freed from Saul. When Saul wanted to kill David, he freed from Saul and went to the Achish, king of Gath. But the servant of Achish said to the king, "Isn't this David the king of the land?" They recognized David, and so they reported to the king that is David, the king of the land. Isn't he one of the people the Israelites sang about and they danced in honor of? They were singing that Saul has slain his thousands and David his 10,000s. David took these words to heart and was very much afraid of the king of Gath. He was afraid that the king may order his people to kill him. So David, because he was a strategic thinker, he pretended to be insane in their presence. And while he was in their hands, he acted like a madman, marking marks on the doors of the gate and letting saliva run down his beard. A strategic thinker. David always, or most at times, combined prayer with works. Combined prayer with works. Beloved, we don't have to pray and go and sleep. After prayer, what's next? We don't pray and go and sleep. No, we should learn to combine prayer with works. Even the God that we pray to, the God that we serve, the God that we believe he will do all that we prayed for, the same God we pray to is God who is strategist. He is a strategic thinker. So the prophet Jeremiah says something in Jeremiah 49:20 that therefore hear the plans the Lord that the Lord has drawn up against Edom and the strategies he has devised against the people of Teman. Even God that we pray to is strategist. He's a strategist. So we don't pray and go and sleep. After prayer, what is next? After prayer, there should be a strategy. After prayer, we should combine the prayer with works. We should learn how to take some actions after prayer. Many people are trusting God for something. Subsequently, they have been praying, and attending all night from one prayer camp to the other, visiting prophets from one prayer camp to the other, yet they don't know how to combine prayer with works. We ought not to pray and go to sleep, but pray and take action. Maybe you have been praying to God about establishing a business, yet you don't read anything about the business you want to establish. Yet you don't engage those who have been in that business to learn from their experiences. Beloved, failing to do that is a sign that you are not ready for the business. So once you are not ready for the business, there is no need for you to pray about the business. If you are trusting God that He will help you to establish a business, by all means, one way or the other, take some time to study about the business, read about the business, investigate about the business, engage people who have been in the same business, learn from their experiences. As we saw that David knew how to employ people around him, and so he employed Hushaina for his benefit. Learn to employ people around you. I'm not saying employ them and pay them back in financial terms. No, employ, I mean make use of people around you. Make use of people who are in the business you want to establish. Learn from them. Ask questions. Do your investigations. When you do that, it's a sign that you are ready to establish the business, and God will help you. You might be praying for marriage. And because of that, you have been even visiting prayer camps, different prayer camps, visiting prophets, visiting pastors, because you want to marry. Yet as a woman, you have not done any preparation towards marriage, because you think the man who will marry you should provide every and anything concerning marriage. It is in your mind that the man that God will bring to you should provide everything and anything concerning marriage. So in as much as you are praying for marriage, you have done you've done no preparation towards the marriage. My dear, you are not looking for a husband, you are looking for a provider. And in this day of hustle, no man will marry a woman just because he wants to be a provider to the wife. No, it doesn't work like that. If you are praying for marriage as a woman, do some preparation, make some preparation towards the marriage. As a woman who wants marriage, you talk to people anyhow. Look at how you receive people at your workplace. Look at how you treat men around you. Look at how poorly you treat your own parents. Are you sure you are ready for marriage? Are you sure you can treat your in-laws well? You have done no preparation physically. You have done no preparation to amend your faulty morale, your bad morals. You have done no preparation to amend them, to change, to be a good wife in future, and yet you are praying for marriage. It doesn't work like that. Learn how to combine prayer with action or with works. A man who wants marriage does not just pray and go to sleep. A man who wants marriage pray and also prepare financially. Some men want wives, they want wife, yet they have done nothing toward marriage. They have not read a single book about marriage. Not that they cannot read, though, not that they are not educated to read and to write. They can read better, but they have made up their mind not to read anything concerning marriage. They have not read anything about how to treat a wife, how to live peacefully with a wife, how to live with a wife as a God-fearing person, how to be a good husband. They have not read anything. They don't listen to marriage programs. They don't attend to any church program about marriage. They don't do anything. They are just trusting God that the Lord will bring a woman to their lives. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Those who fail to combine prayer with works mostly do not succeed in whatever they pray for. They mostly do not succeed in whatever they pray for. Whatever that you are praying about, learn how you will combine the prayer with works so that the works will make the manifestation of your prayer come true. You want to be a minister of God, yet you don't read anything about ministry. All that you know is prayer. Prayer in the morning, prayer in the afternoon, prayer in the evening. But you know, even the Bible authors, they did not pray all day. As the author Dr. Luke says that, having known what has been handed to us, I did my own research and have come to the conclusion. So even Luke, he researched, he investigated about what has been handed to them in order to write his own book. He did not pray in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. It is good to pray, but learn how to combine prayer with action, with works. If you want to be a minister of God, don't just pray and go and sleep. No. Take some actions. Combine your prayer with works. If you want to be a good politician, learn about how to form policies, good policies for the well-being of the people you want to reside, for the well-being of the society, the country you want to work for. Don't just pray and go to sleep. If you are working for somebody, don't just pray that God will help you all the time to go to work and come back. No. Learn other things to help you become an effective employer, to become an effective worker. Become an effective worker so that you will be unique at your workplace. Don't just pray and go to sleep. Combine your prayer with works. Combine your prayer with works. If you want to be a good parent, don't just pray and go to sleep. Learn about parenting. Read books. Learn from other people who have succeeded in parenting. Learn from them. Ask questions. Aside the prayer, ask questions. Learn from other people. Read books. Listen to some tapes that will benefit you. If you want to be a good speaker, if you want to be a good conference speaker, if you want to be somebody who will become influential in the future, learn how to use people effectively as David did. Don't just pray and go to sleep. Learn how to use people around you. Learn how to use things around you. Learn how to benefit from the environment you are staying within. Let us learn how to combine prayer with works. Let us learn how to combine prayer with works. Those of us who want to have financial freedom, and so we are praying that God will bless us financially. Let us learn how to save. Learn how to save. We are praying for financial freedom, and so in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, we are praying to God. God bless me financially. God bless us financially, and yet you don't save. You don't save. How can you pray for material prosperity, yet you squander every income that comes to you? Every income, you squander it. You have been buying big dresses, big bags, big shoes, big things. Even some things that you don't need now, you are buying them. The things that you don't need now, you are buying them. I'm not saying when you buy big dress and big bags, it's bad. No, or it's a sin. No, that is not what I'm talking about. But remember, there is time for everything. Maybe the kind of things you are buying now, you don't even need them. Why are you buying them? Yet you are praying to God, God bless me financially. It doesn't work like that. Learn how to save. Learn how to save and learn how to spend money properly. Because if you are praying for God to bless you financially and you don't save well, you don't know how to save money, you don't know how to spend money, there is no way God will bless you financially, because God knows that you are not ready for that tax. You are not ready. Failing to combine prayer with actions or with works is a sign that you are not ready for what you are praying for. You are not ready for what you are praying for. You are not ready for what you are desiring. You are not ready. So let us learn how to combine prayer with works. How to combine prayer with works.
Dreams and Destiny on GLRADIO with Dr. Samuel.
David prayed against the counsel of Ahithophel, and he also took action. After prayer, what is next? After prayer, let us take some action. If you are praying for employment, you want to be employed, and you have been praying, yet after prayer you sleep. After prayer you sleep. You've not written any employment letter. You have not written any application letter. You have not filled any application form. You don't go out seeking for the job you want. You just pray and sit down. You just pray and fold your arms. You just pray and sleep, thinking or believing that God will send the employee to your house and come and call you that come and work for me. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You want to further your education, and you've been praying. After prayer, what's next? After prayer, take the necessary steps toward the manifestation of your prayer. What you want to do, you prepare for it. What you want to see, you prepare to see it. What you want to receive, you prepare towards it, so that when it comes, you will be able to hold it and it will not leave you. It is better to combine our prayer with works, and that is a sure sign, an obvious sign that we are ready for what we are praying for, and we are ready to see the manifestation of our prayer. And when God sees that, God knows, yes, we are ready, and He will do it. Let us learn to combine prayer with actions, prayer with works. My dear listeners, this is the simple message for today. Today The message is very simple. The message is, after prayer, what's next? And the answer is, after prayer, let us take the necessary actions. Let us take the necessary steps. Let us learn to combine prayer with works. We don't pray and go to sleep. No. We don't pray and go to sleep as if God is a magician. God is a miracle worker, all right, but God is not a magician. And God is also a principle God. Let us learn to combine prayer with works. God bless you so much. God bless you so much.
GL Radio on GL Radio with Dr. Samuel.
Today happens to be your birthday, I dedicate this song to you. Yadanyami Asi for your life. Precious listeners, do well to think about the message that was brought to you today. The simple life message. After prayer, what's next? Don't pray and go to sleep. After prayer, take the necessary steps. Always learn to combine your prayer with works. When you do that, it shows how ready you are for the manifestations of your prayer. When you pray without taking the necessary steps, or when you fail to combine your prayer with works, it shows that you are not ready for what you are praying for.
Me, na me no, yeah, oh,
take this opportunity to announce to you that very soon we will release a new book titled Life Lessons. A brand new book from the camp of Dr. Sam's Goodness Hab. And as I mentioned that David was a strategic thinker and God also is a strategic thinker, do well to get or grab a copy of the book for free when it is released, because you will learn more about strategic thinking and it will help you so much. In this life, if you become a strategic thinker, it will help you a lot. It will help you to fulfill your destiny and be unique. Also, you can visit www.eastable.com and download the books over there at Dr. Sam's Goodness Hub. You get a book like If It Is Not a Blessing, What Is It? It discusses the relationship between material prosperity and blessing, and also the true biblical history of Africans. In fact, the true biblical history of Africans is one of the books that I will urge everyone to read because it will give you much insight.
On GLRADIO with Dr. Samuel.
Let's hear from my sponsors once again.
Of Theological Studies offers Bible, theological and religious teachings through seminars and conferences. Anyone who wishes to dig deep into the Bible and theology should go to instable.com, instible.com, for more information about the Institute of Theological Studies. Our passion at the Institute of Theological Studies is to deliver people from ignorance. Dr. Sam's Good News Hub is a name synonymous with crusade against ignorance. Dr. Sam's Good News Hub is driven by the belief that it is suicidal to serve God with zeal without knowledge. Dr. Sam's Good News Hub, through writing of articles, traditional books, and ebooks, educates people about general life issues and the Christian faith. You can download free ebooks from www.instable.com. You can get latex ebooks, The True Biblical History of Africans, and The Perspective of Marriage, Polygamy, Divorce, and Parenting.
When him say and China, the Ghanaian community in China unfortunately a partner radio station with China.
Good.
I'm saying live. They're from GLRADIO. GLRADIO. It's the #1 online radio in China, and you can listen to Ekosi saying. When him say because of time difference, the whole 7 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Oh, okay.
China.
Okay.
7 a.m. to 11 a.m. in China, but Ghana no 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. GLRADIO, who Ghana in now copy China, and you will not miss out on your favorite Ekosi saying program. The Monshana and so and for
just in.
Welcome back. A song from Juliana Echampon. He says, Enye Radina Aya. This will be my last song for the program today. And so soon I will sign out for Dr. Persley to take over your radio. Well, all too soon. Yet to sign out, and God bless you for tuning into GL Radio. The program has been Dreams and Destiny, and the voice now is Dr. Samuel, your host for the program Dreams and Destiny. I hope you make time for next week and listen to Dreams and Destiny. And I believe you will still ponder on the life message for today, and so you will benefit from it so much. God bless you, stay blessed, and bye-bye. Don't go anywhere. Dr. Percy is next on your radio.
GL Radio with Dr. Samuel.
Abusia tie se yɛka Paul amantem esine di kanfo ɛyɛ kokotoi na enye kokosene na GL Radio die edutwam na atenam me.
Hey y'all, you're listening to GL Radio. GL Radio.
GL Radio. GL Radio.
You're locked into the #1 online radio station.
Hey y'all, you're listening to GL Radio. GL Radio.
GL Radio. GL Radio.
You're locked into the #1 online radio station.
Abusia tie se yɛka Paul amantem esine di kanfo ɛyɛ kokotoi na enye kokosene na GL Radio die edutwam na atenam me.
Hey y'all, you're listening to GL Radio. GL Radio.
GL Radio. GL Radio.
You're locked into